Warning! This podcast contains Laurel?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Arrow, Season 5, Episode 9, What We Leave Behind. I'm your host, Clio, and with me I have Dom and Rachel.
How's it going?
Good.
I literally got done watching this like a half an hour before you called.
We gotta look at Prometheus's lair this episode.
Yeah.
His lair.
It's like I was like trying to look at it and maybe I can glean some like personality shit from it, and it's got broken glass everywhere.
It's like an empty office, like a destroyed office building or something.
Yeah.
We kind of know who he is now, though.
Kinda.
Yes. We know what he is. We don't know who he is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know who kind of.
It's his father.
Yeah, it's that guy's father. It's that guy's son.
Like Claiborne. Which we were, like, wrong but right.
Yeah.
Because
his
father was somebody who Ollie wronged. It just wasn't the guy in the raft.
Right. Yep.
Which was an interesting twist. Because as usual, there's always something we're wrong about.
Well, see, I still feel like it's somebody more so. Like, it's this person's son, but I feel like it's somebody we know.
Yes, it's the DA. I said, how long ago did I say that?
I don't know.
I say
so convinced it's the DA. So convinced.
He's so adamant about getting this. He's just like,
but I thought you said the DA was vigilante.
Oh no, wait, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
We were saying Billy was Prometheus, but that's clearly not true.
Well,
Right.
technically he kind of was the son, but
Because I mean,
Right.
Vigilante's still running around that we don't know.
I fucking completely forgot about Vigilante, but
Right.
yeah.
Vigilante got caught.
No, he didn't.
No. Remember, Barry came and stole them in the battle with
The Vigilante.
where Vigilante shot them, and then we haven't seen him since then.
He's still out there.
Yeah, that's the last time we saw him. But yeah, I don't know. That's who you thought the DA was that guy.
I don't know.
I remember I had
this fuck.
I thought the reporter, she could be Prometheus.
Right, yeah.
Well, they did show the vodka bottle kind of a close up when they were like, it's the same vodka.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And
like he had went and gone and trained with the Bravta, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she had that special vodka. That's why, right? We're jumping around to the end here, but I think. Do you think it's possible that Laurel's a hallucination?
Oh, for fucking sure, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way that's really Laurel.
No.
Not a chance.
I mean, we have some options. Like, it may not be a hallucination, but it also may not be Laurel, right? Besides the obvious Lazarus Pit thing that, maybe Talia Ghul has or something like that. Yeah, there's a possibility it's Flashpoint, or there's a possibility that Black Siren from Earth 2 escaped the holding cell that she was in that the Flash has. She could be, Black Siren from Earth 2, the evil meta.
Guys, what if we've met Talia already? What if it's the reporter?
Ooh. That would be interesting.
Listen, anyone who's not the main Arrow group is suspect. I don't trust nobody. Nobody.
Right? This season has taught us, don't trust anyone.
Trust anyone. I'm sorry I didn't trust Billy. Poor Billy. R.I.P.
Okay, first of all, was he drugged? That's what I want to know. Because he had to have been drugged. Otherwise, I would just like sit down and not fight and just be like, I mean, Ollie's not going to attack him if he's just sitting there or laying on the ground. You know what I mean?
He might not have known what was going on.
And so I said, I think he might have been drugged.
Because I think was it the actual Prometheus he encountered on the roof, or was that also Billy?
No, that was
So
Prometheus.
that
That was
in the window.
Prometheus for sure.
Okay. So the switch was made in the window. He might not have known what was going on.
Well, the
Prometheus
switch
could've
was
just-
made in the House of Mirrors. You know, that we're going around.
Oh, I see.
You know.
Okay. You could have just thrown him into that room and Billy just be like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
think
mean-
that's exactly what it was.
Well, if he did that, I mean, Billy knows. But if he wasn't drugged, he knows that he's dressed in the outfit. He knows that he has something tight in his mouth. So, I mean, I think he had to have been drugged. Something.
I mean, he may not have known he was dressed in the outfit. He could have been knocked unconscious, put in the outfit. He's all groggy. He now has this get-up on that he can't see because he's not, maybe he just woke up and was thrown out there. He doesn't know necessarily what he's wearing. He just knows he's got something over his face,
Yeah.
And then he had the speaker box on his, throat that the Prometheus was actually talking through. And then, Ollie just went and trigger happy, and you can't blame him. You really can't.
No, yeah, he was trying to kill Prometheus. And when Curtis was attacked by Prometheus and shot up with the diclosterol, that kind of knocked him out, right? When he got
So it's quite possible
if he
that Billy.
Yeah, if he dosed Billy with the same thing, he could have just been very disoriented.
Yep. Like I say, he probably was drugged.
Speaking of poor Curtis,
Hard decision.
he keeps trying to lie. It's like, Curtis, everyone knows you're the worst liar. Just stop.
You're so bad.
And he finally tells Paul the truth, and Paul doesn't take that too well.
Can you blame him?
I really can't.
No.
Yeah, it's like one
Like
of those things. It's like you can't blame him, but at the same time, you're like, well, he's trying to do good, and he's not cheating on you or anything. And what?
And of all the relationships that I, wanted to work, one doesn't, and he walks away.
Yeah, but this leaves the door open now for Rory. Right? They were kind of flirting before, right?
No, Rory mistook Curtis's awkwardness for flirting.
I think
Yes.
Curtis
Rory also
was
said he
actually
wasn't
flirting.
interested in
I think he
boys.
was. I think he was flirting.
Okay.
I think Rory's a little young for him.
Yeah, probably. Also, I think everyone on Team Air should stop dating. Everybody should just stop.
I do like the whole.
I don't know. I
how
think
they-
Felicity and Ollie should give it another go.
Don't even, because they did the flashback to like her flirting with season 1 Ollie, and I'm just like, I know you're dropping these hints because that's where you want to go, but you should probably just stop because Ollie literally just killed her boyfriend. So maybe that's not the
But
greatest
that wasn't
place
on
to go.
purpose. It's okay.
I
It's an
wasn't like
accident.
he was like, oh, I'm killing my rival. Rip. No,
Wait, what?
it wasn't like he was like, going, I'm going to kill my rival.
Oh.
Here.
Yeah, no, it was an accident, but it still was Ollie's hand. Like it wasn't Ollie failed to save Billy or any of that stuff that normally happens. And honestly, I think this is the most fucked up thing that's ever happened on the show.
For sure, and I love the obvious path we could do is have Felicity blame Ollie and get mad and but it didn't go that way, right? She's like, no, this was Prometheus. Like, she accepts this and she's not going to hold it against Ollie, and I fucking love that. I love that.
But that's going to take a long time.
This is like the
That's
first
perfect.
time. This is the first time we've actually seen like this look on Ollie's face when he was telling her this, like remorse, this shock. You know what I mean? He showed real emotions. He wasn't trying to hide it, and he wasn't. He was just. It was on his face, and
Couldn't hide it.
he couldn't. And it was like, oh my god, And I think she saw that, of course, and was like, this wasn't your fault.
But Brian brings up a really good point. Why did Prometheus frame Lance? It's the only thing he's confused about. I think he's trying to take the pieces off the board.
Well,
Because
he said he's
when you
not
look
killing
at-
him. He's not going to kill him, but he's going to wish he was. So
Yeah.
he was part of knowing that Ollie is the mayor. He's taking his deputy mayor away. He's
But
infiltrating
the thing
his
I
inner-
wanted to say was we see Prometheus is his board of faces. You know, there's Ollie, there's everyone's on it, and the one that's crossed off is Lance. Lance isn't dead. Lance is just in rehab, which he's taken off the field. So,
do we know for sure that he's in rehab? We saw him walk through the door. That doesn't mean he stayed.
Do you think he's dead?
No, but what if he's vigilante? That would explain the cut in his arm. That would explain why he maybe has a throwing star.
Vigilante doesn't have throwing stars.
No, but he could have gone against Prometheus.
But that happened before Vigilante.
Yeah.
I think the
That happened before we saw Vigilante. That does not mean it happened before Vigilante existed.
But isn't Vigilante that Marine guy that lost his wife?
What? What Marine guy?
Vigilante's the guy in the ski mask that we have no idea who his identity is.
Oh, okay.
What Marine?
I swear. Alright. Maybe I'm just thinking wrong show. No, I don't think so, but...
Yeah, he's still out there, the Vigilante, whoever he is. Which... I don't know, the DA is somebody.
Well,
I don't know who he
the
is.
DA in the comics that DA is Vigilante. But
one of
doesn't
their
mean they
the
can't
comics
twist
multiple.
it, you know?
Oh, for sure, we've
Like
seen them
DA
twist
would be
that
a red
shit
herring
all
for
the time.
anybody who follows the comics and everything. It would be a red herring. It's just like, oh no, that's it. That's a vigilante, you know, whatever. And then you get somebody else that's in, you know, police force or, you know, former police force, you know, still kind of on the same role. It would be an interesting twist for sure.
Yeah. Only problem is we really don't know anybody else who's on the force right now except for Billy.
Yeah. I mean, but if you think about it, if the reporter is actually Talia al Ghul, right? And
fantastic.
And she's been drugging Ollie, and then we see Laurel. If she brought Laurel back via Lazarus Pit, you know, she may have had a vial on her like Damien Dark did. You know, we don't know. It's possible that she'd do something with Lance as well, to brainwash him or train him or something, you know, and that's why he's been blacking out.
Yeah, and maybe the whole Claiborne thing is a red herring, and she's just Prometheus.
It could be that too.
But I don't know. If I thought that too, I was like, well, maybe she is. But the shape of Prometheus is not a female shape.
I know.
He's very wide shouldered.
I know, but we've
Shoulder
seen
pads.
exactly.
No,
it's
well,
not just shoulder pads, but if she has a whole, you know, suit that makes it look that way.
Yeah.
Well, she also
and I mean, we've seen
has
body
platforms too, because she's as tall as Ollie, and in real life she's not.
Yeah.
We've
I don't know. We've tried to analyze on The Flash.
Yes,
so many times we've tried to analyze body type and stuff, and we were convinced that Zoom was an Earth 2 or equivalent version of Barry's father, and it ended up being Jay Garrick, who was
and put those two
not
actors
the
next
same
to
body
each other.
type.
Yeah, body types are completely different, but
the height and everything, we were trying to base it off everything. Every time we saw Zoom and Barry, and we're watching, and then like we see the Man in Black. There was another guy, a Man in the Iron Mask, and he's standing next to Barry, and we're trying to compare the heights.
Like, is that Wally?
He ended up being who he ended up being, because he was shorter than Barry in the prison cell. Yet he ended up being a guy that's like a couple inches taller than Barry. And it was just it was all weird. So we can't really go on that as much as we want to. They just they take the mask off. It's this person. We just kind of have to accept it at that point.
And if it ends up being a woman who is Prometheus, I would applaud them, because usually whenever surprise, it's a lady, you could tell, because.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be because they never said the baby was a man or male or female, because they didn't know.
Yes,
they didn't know.
It's a son.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And with her, I mean, she had 4 years. If it is her 4 years to train, and if she did train in Russia and had, I just found that a little. I was like, wait a minute, they did a close up on the vodka. Why would
Yeah,
they do that?
You didn't notice that. That was a good catch.
Yeah, I remember the close up on the alcohol, and I remember going, why are they doing that? Because I was my brain went to the same way I do when I watch Once Upon a Time, and I'm like, Once Upon a Time, whenever they show you that, it's like the bottle of whiskey from Lost. I go, why did they do that here? And I just dismissed it. I didn't even think twice about it, but I definitely remember the scene of them like zooming in on that whiskey or that alcohol for absolutely no reason. And everything is intentional, so it's not for no reason, you know?
No. Unless she's working with, and she knows who Prometheus is.
Yeah, and
because we know she has the pictures of Ollie from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And so who gave it to her?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't
So
we don't
it could
know.
be Prometheus that gave it to her.
No, but we saw his face, and it's nobody we know. So it'd be interesting to find out how that's connected.
Yeah.
But they were saying how the ashes that were Claiborne's ashes and the baby picture were like breadcrumbs. And that's got me thinking, what if it's, the person behind Prometheus's mask is not the son of Claiborne at all? What if that's all just a red herring?
That could be too.
Because all of this is so well staged.
It is. It's extremely well staged. And to be honest, if it ends up being this guy Claiborne's son or daughter or whatever the case may be, without more to it, I'm currently disappointed. Because this whole time we're like, who's Prometheus? Who's Prometheus? Oh, it just happens to be some guy that we actually never saw Ollie do anything to in season 1. It's just like a flashback. I don't know.
Yes, I remember Claiborne. I remember that actor. I don't know if we saw him kill him, but I remember him from season 1.
I don't remember him at all. I'm gonna look right now.
But the flashbacks were something I was very happy with this episode. Not that I was bored or anything with the Bravta stuff, but it was nice to see scenes from season 1 that we hadn't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So Dig bringing Big Belly Burger and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was nice to see. I hope we get more of that. An event that we saw happen in the show, but
he was mentioned
on a different.
He was mentioned in the pilot. Claiborne was mentioned in the pilot, but we've never seen him.
Really? I swore I knew his face.
Nope.
He might be one of those actors, those character actors you see everywhere.
Probably. You're right. I swore he had a part in season 1. Oh well.
He I get there's ties to it. It's somebody that was mentioned in the very, very first episode ever. But I'm still kind of upset about that because it's someone that we've clearly never seen before, and it's just like, oh, by the way, it's this guy that you never saw, but Ollie did do this stuff. It's kind of like filling in these gaps that didn't exist before, kind of thing. It's kind of frustrating to me because it's like you never could have guessed that, usually
there were so
when
many
it's somebody that you can be like, oh yes, it was him the whole time. I can't believe that was right out under my nose. But this
that's
is just
why I think.
I don't know.
That's why I think whoever it is went to painstaking detail to make you think.
I'm
this.
Still not giving
like,
up on the raft guy.
These are breadcrumbs that are laid intentionally, whether for Ollie to make the connection to Claiborne or for another reason, which I'm thinking it's another reason.
Yeah.
I gotta point out, Prometheus just totally Robin Hooded the arrow with the throwing star.
Oh yeah.
And if this is someone who learned all this shit in 4 years, I'm sorry, it would take you a little longer than 4 years to learn how to do that.
Maybe.
I think so.
I know.
I think whoever
it depends on what their background was before they went into the 4-year training. And they could have had a military background, or they could have had.
Depends on who you were training with too. If it's the League of Assassins, 4 years is a very long time.
Because you do nothing but get the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, and I also think I don't think it's just skill, because they just disappear. You know, Evelyn throws the smoke bomb and they literally disappear. It's not like, oh, they had the time to run to the stairwell. They were literally just gone. Like I talked about that when Evelyn faced him in the train car.
Right.
That one episode.
He
literally disappears off a moving fucking train.
We were having this conversation before that, you know, Prometheus could be more than one person, and I was totally on board with that theory up until this episode. It kind of like changed my opinion on it, because I was like, if you remember when we first met Prometheus, he was using arrows, right? Then when we see Prometheus again, he's using throwing stars. This episode, I was like, oh my god, Prometheus is using a sword. I was like, these are three different styles of fighting, but he used the throwing star and the sword this episode, so it's kind of like I'm less likely to believe that, you know, now, because I see, oh, he's proficient with all these. It's not somebody who is solely proficient, you know, in one of them.
And I would still be on board with the multiple people theory, but we're running out of people it could be.
Yep. Literally running out of people it could be. It's Felicity.
I don't think so.
Felicity wanted her boyfriend dead.
I don't.
Every week we have to come up with a completely crazy theory, right? Wasn't that the rule?
I have no completely crazy theory for this week.
Well, I did. I just threw it out there.
I know. Congratulations, you did it. It's now your job to carry on the crazy Prometheus theories.
Oh, believe
I
me.
like that we still don't know who it is.
Yeah.
I like that going into the next half of the season, we still don't know who it is.
Yeah, there's still some questions. We have, you know, assumptions and stuff. We're a lot closer than we were before.
Or are we?
I don't know. Also, I'd like to know, does Evelyn know who he is or not?
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
I think another question we have to ask is Evelyn actually betraying them?
Yeah.
I still don't think so.
I think she is.
She's kind of a bitch.
I think she's playing the other side of the field. Because she was... Like, yeah. Okay, she gave him all of their identities. Which looks pretty bad. But the way she kind of felt like she was fishing for information from him. Like, trying to real cash get
I think
info.
she 100% betrayed them, but I think she's going to start feeling guilty about it, and I think she's going to come around, but I think she went in with the intention of betraying them.
I don't know.
She thought it was good.
She gave them very sweet Christmas presents. I'm not 100% convinced. You know what? It's when they got her nothing. She was like, you know what? Fuck you guys.
She betrayed them long before that.
I know, I'm kidding.
But yeah,
I do love the Christmas scene.
I felt gypped. Like this was perfect opportunity to have, you know, a nice Hanukkah celebration. And
they did bring it in. They did mention it.
You held up the candles.
He's like, "Is it alright if I like these?"
You know, because we just got Christmas on The Flash. It would have been nice to get Hanukkah here on Arrow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They added it, I think, in a little ways, which was really, really cute. I love Rory. We need more of him.
I agree. I also like when they're trying to figure out the ashes and they're just staring at the machine, and Wild Duck's just like, I don't know, you're the smart one.
He's like, what?
And Rory's like, I don't know.
I don't know. I think I want more background on the story of the suit and everything, and I hope we get that soon. And because we know it's been passed down from generation to generation in his family, so.
I don't know. If I was operating that machine that they were working on, though, first thing would have been, hey, is there a how-to on YouTube?
Oh, God.
That's what I would have done.
Well, he figured it out because got the info.
But yeah, I like him. I like his new addition.
Mm-hmm.
I love the whole team. I really do. I was iffy about them at first. The only one, surprisingly, on the team I didn't like was Evelyn. And now I know why.
Well, I didn't like her even when we first saw her in the first episode. She was just too that teen angst stuff. I'm like, I just want to slap her. Knock it off.
We saw her as the fake canary, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I already didn't like her then.
No, maybe it's because I'm going through the tween phases and I just want to slap her sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't want to put up with this shit anymore. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it in my fantasy world TV. Come on. It's too close to real life.
And I mean, Ollie has this whole team, not just like the new team, but he's been doing stuff. Diggs back, but he still was insisting on doing it alone when he went to fight Prometheus in the building. I can't say if anything would have gone different, but he's got to stop doing that.
Everyone that Ollie, every person Ollie touches turns to shit. It's like the Midas touch, but in reverse.
And he has that thought in his head always. I think, but I mean, having Prometheus actually say it to him, I think kind of made it a little more tangible. He's always been thinking that in his head. It's always been a recorder.
Because I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
I just look at Felicity.
Felicity.
Bye, Felicia. Felicity. And what Ollie directly. This is something that directly Ollie can 100% feel responsible for, and it be his fault, even though you can tell him all day, and even though Felicity says it's not his fault. Ollie feels responsible for that. There's no way around that. That is directly him. Then, you have with Curtis and, his husband. And that's not Ollie's fault, but it's tied to Ollie. If Ollie wasn't doing what he was doing, Curtis never would have been involved in it. And Curtis would have gone on and led a happy, maybe, marriage. And, so that's partially tied to Ollie. And then, Diggle. Who the hell knows what's up with Diggle now? Like,
I don't know.
Oh, the military nabbed him. That's what happened.
Yeah. But...
Well, yeah, but with the recording of Lila and stuff, and
with the what?
Well, his voicemail with Lila saying, "Come, JJ, something's wrong with JJ," and that's how he got snagged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that.
So Prometheus either has her.
I'm pretty sure JJ's fine.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we are, but we don't know because that's what made him go to the safe house in the first place.
Right. So either Prometheus was involved in this, right, and lured him there, and then Prometheus has some like Scream 3 like voice changer where he could just make anybody's voice that he wants, or or this was something that the military did to try to lure him in.
It's probably definitely the military.
I don't know. I feel like Prometheus definitely had his hands in it.
Oh, he does. He has his hands in everything. So him being the DA is really is a good choice because then he has all this access to everything. He has the access.
Yeah, he's very calculated. Yeah. He's one step ahead. He's always got a plan, and I feel like Prometheus should be voiced by Tobin Bell and not Savitar from The Flash. So
why?
Just because that's how Jigsaw was. He was maniacal, one step ahead, all times. Even when you think you have the best of him, it's been his plan all along,
Savitar's not like that.
Savitar is just, I don't know. We don't know his game right now, but Prometheus is more like Jigsaw to me.
Okay.
So, there's lots of it. This whole episode was what the fuck and leaving, and it was a good cliffhanger episode because you're like, what the hell's going on? No.
It was a phenomenal mid-season finale. That is for sure. Like, because you have that and you have Laurel, and it's like, is it Laurel? Is it a hallucination? Is it Earth 1 Laurel? Is it Earth 2 Laurel? Is it a different alternate verse Laurel? Is it Flashpoint Laurel? Like, we don't know what. I'm gonna say it's probably safe to say that it's not a Flashpoint Laurel because in the Flash crossover episode, they still mention that Laurel's dead and they still remember that and everything. If Flashpoint happened, they wouldn't have known that. So I'm gonna take Flashpoint out of the equation there. However, if it's something to do with like the Lazarus Pit or or something like that, that could have been altered by Flashpoint. So it could be tied to Flashpoint without it being a direct Flashpoint thing, or it could be something that Sarah did on Legends. You know, like something.
I didn't even think of that.
You know, it could be something cemented, because.
But
I don't know. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff. It may not even be something because, you know, it takes time. You know, it takes time to cement in and stuff like that. You know, we don't know what's gonna happen. You know, with Legends, if it's even addressed in their mid-season finale, and if not, it could be something that's addressed. You know, later on down the road.
if it was something that they did on Legends that changed, where Laurel didn't die, Ollie would have known. That's how that works.
Depending
or
on
maybe
when
she faked her death.
Depending
Or
on
she
when it was
faked her death.
changed.
We don't know what's going on. There's a lot of people that faked her death. Like they even mentioned before we saw Laurel, that people that we've killed that are rezzed again like on every other Wednesday. You know.
Which it's got to be hallucination. Anything else would be stupid. Too much.
I think it had something to do with the Lazarus Pit. Really
Maybe the aliens went back and saved her.
There's no evidence that there's any other Lazarus pits on this earth.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Talia didn't have access to water from the Lazarus Pit that she saved or put aside. Or we know Damien Dark had it. He was carrying a vial around. There's nothing to say Talia didn't have a supply as well. Because we know Talia's around.
Too much. They did that with one sister.
Right. So now they could really bond.
I don't know. I mean, it is kind of foreshadowing now when you look back that they're talking about. They said that, Felicity said that everyone, he did that just because we killed someone doesn't mean they stay dead. Kind of.
Yeah, and I think that the fact that she said that is another red herring,
Mm-hmm.
Well, then again, look what happened. Then we got like a Laurel sitting right there, so it kind of was like, oh, people who
That's
don't.
why I think it's a red herring.
I don't know.
Too
And
direct.
actually, now that I think about it, didn't Black Siren have brown hair?
It was less blonde. Well, I don't think it was brown.
I'm pretty sure it was dark blonde or dark brown hair. I'm almost positive.
But your hair, you can dye your hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, look at Fringe.
Yeah, it was very brown.
Oh, okay.
So.
Whatever. That's all I have to say about this episode. There's no synopsis for next.
Of course, there's not.
Well, because it's so far away. But yeah. But the flashbacks this episode, I like them.
Yeah.
They tied in well. It's very different, now from where we were with the flashbacks in the early season, the earlier part of the season. And I know going into like the end of the season is when we're supposed to be caught up when Ollie gets off the island now. Do you think Arrow's going to be able to keep these flashbacks going in this capacity, like this episode, or do you think the flashback format is going to kind of get dropped?
I think, especially if it has to keep doing with the book, because his spot Claiborne was on the list. I think the flashbacks could keep going.
We could figure out why they were on the list. We don't really know exactly what, the whole mystery behind the books, and we know there's more than one book.
Well, so. it was the list was just all the people in that group of rich people who wanted to change the world.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was literally like business people who wanted to do weird stuff with their powers. Yeah. I don't know, with their money. I meant.
Like I said, it was kind of that gray area. It's like they talked about it, but they didn't really talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who knows?
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say there is other opportunities to do flashbacks. We didn't see all his kills back in the day, so
that is true.
There'd be more revenge.
Dom, where can people find you?
Find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon. Rachel, where can they find you?
You can find me at Savannah17 right here on Twitter.
You can find me at Clio Moto, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts of some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Till next time, bye guys. See you next year.
Bye. Bye forever.